Alright, so this is a 2011 GMC 2500 with the 6.6 Duramax. It has the LML in it. And it has the EGR bypass cooler, high voltage, and then excessive learn or exceeded learn limit. So I already replaced it once. You can see it right back here. We drove about 2,500 miles and through the same code, so GM said they're going to warranty it for us, but you got to do all the work again. So airbox is out, pipes out, got these disconnected. Gonna take off this throttle body next. This is gonna come off, the little crossover tube. So the turbo inlet, not turbo inlet, that goes into the Y pipe that goes in between the valleys. This is your turbo inlet. Gotta take this off too. Drain the coolant, the crossover pipe. There's an EGR cooler up there. Gotta come off. EGR valve, a bunch of other stuff, but we'll video as we go because there's some neat stuff that I noticed. All right, so we got some more progress done. We got this EPS EGR cooler bypass tube off. Goes over here. We got this elbow out. Honestly, for this fucker, undo the goddamn clamp. Just make sure you redo it once you get back in, like before you put it back in there. It gets that guy out. Take your AC compressor just off. Do not discharge anything. Lift it up out of the way, get to that bolt. So much easier. The bolt down here is easier too. When you're putting this back on, I had a ton of alignment issues until I took this off, because I did not want to do it all, take it off, but it's really not too bad. 3 bolts. Memorize how the belt goes. Belt's right over there. Throw the tension right side. Take that off. So much easier to get this off. Then we got there's 3 hold down bolts for the cooler and 3 bolts back there. So we got to take off these coolant lines right here. Wait, right here and right here. We also got to take off this coolant line. This goes to the turbo, I believe. But before we do any of that coolant stuff, we're gonna drain it, but I'm just trying to get most of the bolts out of the way, so it'll come out once we drain it. Cool. Come back, I guess. Well, I guess I can show you where you drain it from. And these, and then Infinite Wisdom, they decided not to do a drain plug, so if you look, not sure if you guys can see it. Actually, where's that little radiator hose? It is. Go to the lower radiator hose, pretty much. Should be right there. And there's a little C-clip. Take the C-clip off and then pop it off slightly, it'll drain down. You just need like 3 gallons out. You don't need to drain the whole system. And that should be good for getting the coolant drained so you can get those hoses off. Wear some PPE because I just got something in my eye. But yeah, they didn't really put a drain plug on here. We'll come back, I guess, once we get most of that off. We're taking out those 3 bolts on the back, which on the up pipe they're kind of a pain in the ass, but soak them in penetrating fluid, they'll come out. The real bitch bolts are the EGR cooler to the EGR bypass valve. I'll show you. I had to ghetto some shit up, but it worked. At least it's not leaking. The valve doesn't work anymore, I guess, but there's no exhaust leak. So, all right, so we got the coolant drained. There's a coolant hose right here, which I forgot to take off. I took the clamp off, but I forgot to take it off. Okay, right there. Hold down bolt, hold down bolt. There's one in here, right here. This hose just goes from the front to the rear section. We're not taking this apart because why do the extra work to get to these two bottom bolts when we don't need to. This hose right here goes down to the bypass cooler. This hose comes from the heater core. This hose goes right here to this other heater core hose, but then goes back to the bypass valve. There's this this is from the turbo. No, it comes up right there, comes in right here and goes to the cooler, the front of it. After that, there's one bolt that holds so I'll show you what it looks like when I get it off, but there's a bolt that holds that coolant line on, this bolt, and then there's the 3 bolts on the up pipe. Correction, there's one bolt, 2 nuts. The bolt is a 12, the 2 nuts are 13s. You just bend that fucking shroud out of the way with a little pry bar or screwdriver, take that off, and then it should, I don't think there's any more hold downs. It should be loose in here now. So we gotta see what's holding it down. So there's maybe we gotta oh, fucking stupid. So the cooler has this bolt and this bolt right here. That's what's holding it on right now. Can't remember if those are 13s or not, but if I remember right, only one of them comes out, the other one comes with it. It is not a 13. Of course, it's a 14, so I gotta go get another one. But yeah, we'll get those out, and then that should come right out, and we'll videotape that. All right, so we got those 2 bolts out, so it should just kind of finagle out. That bolt's gonna be a little ass, and then there's those 2 studs. I was really trying not to take those heater core lines off. There's the gasket for that. Yeah, I was really trying not to take the heater core lines off, but we might have to. These out of the way. Okay, so there's a 13 right there. That'll loosen up heater core line. Oh yeah, that gives us a little stretch. There. and it's out. So this is the back side. This is that coolant fitting. This is the bolt, nut, top bolt. Make sure you put it back in. Put that one in, because then you will have to take the heater core line off to get that in without it. The jank repair I was talking about last time. These fucking piece of shit bolts. 2 different size heads. Yeah, these two broke, which is common, but we could not get it out, so we drilled it out to the next size up, retapped it for these this one, and this one. This one and the bottom one came out just fine, but it's reading past learning limit or some shit. I don't know. So, but yeah, you don't got to take this part. It'll come out. You don't got to take the heater core lines off. Just take that bracket off. That's on top of the fuel bowl, and then she'll pop out. That's what she looks like now. So we got to plug up that orifice back there, the turbo, our intake tube, and this is the hot side. I guess that would be the cold side tube. And then we're gonna take that off, get it warranted, and then we'll go back together. So I guess we'll come back when it's time for that, but it's just the same but reverse. There's no learning procedure for it that I know of or that I saw on the Chevy programming. It just does it with key on. It goes, it like actuates it and makes sure it goes from full stroke. And then I did a last time I did a 100-mile drive, all highway, to make sure it would have time to do a regen. And then I manually forced a regen, and it passed both of them. And like I said, we went 2,500 miles over that to, and then it just came back on. It let me clear it the first time, and then the second time it said excessive, or past learning limit is what it said. So that tells me that something might be wrong with that. So I called the Chevy dealer. I tried to troubleshoot it with the guy. He said, well, we'll warranty it plus all the gaskets and the coolant, because that's what I bought from them to do the job again. They just won't pay you for time. Yeah, so we're gonna put it back on, and if it happens again, we're just gonna delete this truck, because that only took 2 hours maybe, but the first time that took 4 hours. That was a pain in the dick. That was 2 hours this time, real easy, because I've already done it once on this truck, so all those bolts were freshly put in. None of it was leaking or anything, but I just did it, and I remembered all the sizes except for that 14. I forgot that. Those are the only 14. Taking off this compressor helped. You got to take off that turbo shield. See that? It's over there. EGR valves over there. You don't got to do shit with that. You should plug those ports, I guess, for the EGR valve right there. But we'll come back when I get the new one, and we'll clear the code and see what happens.